How you guys doing? I'm a little behind the curve today, so anywho, um, what I I wanted to talk about is the what we're looking forward to next year. I can think of all kinds of things, but one of the things I had a picture of my Urban Jurgensen. And the reason for it was that after Kerry Vuitton and his group bought it, what they did was that they were going to come out with a whole new set of watches that Kerry Vuitton and his group were going to release in 2023. At the beginning of 2023 was my understanding, and it never came out. So it's one thing I am looking forward to what they're going to be doing with Urban Jurgensen. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. Perhaps with thwarted more berets. There you go. Hey, Junior. Hey, Brian. How are you? Oh, hi, Joyce. Do you know any great Chinese watchmakers? You know where you can find them among probably other places too. Uh, if you go to the AHCI, the Independent Watchmakers Group, there are several Chinese watchmakers from there. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Neighbor, we got the rain finally stopped. Uh, Graham, good to see you. NY Strike Back. Okay, Rolex. Oh, Daytona is my 2024 goal. Hope you get it. Hi, Tim. Bematic. Woohoo. catch, catch it again live. Hi, Thomas. Adam. Good to see you. Brian. And hey, Mark. Hey, Mark J. How's the Mark J doing? Now there's a guy. There's our A1 FP Jorn man because he's got the version of the Chronometsu Rain I would really like to have. Okay. So what would you guys like to see come in 2024? Anything other than all of the prices would be half price. Hey, Nate, you're from the chilly South Florida. You know, you can ought to come up here. You can tell when we have lots and lots of rain up in New England, means it's not snowing this time of year. Hi, B-Matic. Help me decide on a goal for 2024. Parmigiani. Oh my God, if you can still get a Parmigiani Tondometrograph, I would say that is like 100 times over a Breitling. That's my view. And also, too, Brian can testify to this. I think there's still one left at the watch outlet for like a fraction of the price. This is one they discontinued, and it's really a heck of a good watch. Yeah, the watch outlet. Kari Vuitton. Oh yeah, trouble with Kari Vuitton. I can't afford it. Now, if his prices drop, that would be a fun one to have. I'm looking forward to getting my first paddock. I think the Gondolo 21, oh man, break my heart. I love that watch. I really do. The 5124. If you can get one before 2009, even better. Hi, Snappy. How much is a Wooten Lantern? I don't know. I think they start around 70,000. Look into the Breguet 7787 and 5177. Oh, I got my Breguet. Oh, I think I'll wait until I'm finished with my Breguet before I totally finish it. Then I'll have my. Here is the Breguet, the Breguet Nouveau, or the faux Breguet. Now this is what. Uh, this is one a bunch of us made or making right now. I've got to trim the stem on it, and it'll be all done, and put some straps on it. I'll have my own 41 millimeter Breguet. We've been working on that one for a while now. Wooden lawn is almost impossible to source at retail. Yep, Adam, you're right. Hi, Robert. Have a couple of metrographs on eBay for $59.50 OBO. White and black dial. Yes, Nate, that's the one. That's exactly the one. Mwah. Hey, Brian, hoping my petite paddock AD gets allocated a 5224, 5226, and they let me buy it. Oh, man. I don't know. I hope you get it too if you want it, but I don't know. There's something about I like to buy something from an AD who really wants to sell it. You have a possibility of some negotiation. Yes, a pre-get, a pre-gay. Hoping against all hope to have 2 Lyriques in 2024. Pretty sure we'll have one. I would love to see our next one. They already started working on that on the third one. Yeah, that would be. I think it'd be more fun. What I've come to see in the E2 number 2, after I saw the dial while the color is off, boy, I tell you, the thing is it's really a gorgeous dial on that. Expensive, but really pretty. Hi, William. Aha. Spade. The 5226 will be below retail next year. Hey, Nate. In 2024, here you thought about opening up these live streams for members to get to get on stream and be part of the, discussion. Well, these streams are open to everybody. The other ones, though, if you're trying to create something and you wanna limit it to people who have I'll call it a vested interest, okay? Because it's hard enough to get a decision, among 100 people, and but I mean, people who come in and, "I want this and I want that," and they don't know anything. And by knowing anything, I know about the process of how a watch is made and what's involved and so forth. Now, we've been learning, that's been the best thing about Larique to me is how much we've had to learn. Um, man, I tell you, my big thing is that I hope the, s s uh, Swiss franc is goes down against the dollar. I don't know, the economy taking an upturn. I didn't realize how much it was, but it's quite a bit. I think it's like 24%. So that's a good thing. Yeah, the V1, it's not a German rocket. It's it's a Etude one. Oh, that's a good question, B-matic. Let me think. It might be. I don't think that, the Roger Dubuis what has become the Roger Dubuis, company, uh, how willing or reasonable, they would about that. I haven't had to, take in my Roger Dubuis. Those movements in the Roger Dubuis are so good. They're really excellent, especially the RD, ones. They're really something. I think the new guys, they sort of took out the best parts of Roger Dubuis, and now I have all these skeletonized things that I don't know. Hey, Graham, looking forward to giving my son-in-law one of my Omegas. I became a grandfather 10 days ago. Hey, congratulations. A nice memento. That's a very nice memento. I don't wanna say it's a nice way to get rid of an Omega, but okay, nothing wrong with Omegas. Hey, Kesselowitz. Yeah, Kesselowitz, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. I don't know how easy the, service is going to be though, how easy it is to get it because of that. Also too, a lot of watchmakers love working on watches with an ETA movement called no matter what. I mean, you can get a Breitling service because they base so many of them have ETA movements. Same thing with IWC and the same thing with I don't know, a whole mess of watches. But Roger Dubuis, one of the things I think is to get an RD movement in one. Now, I don't think, and I could be wrong about this, but I don't think Roger Dubuis himself ever made a watch with um, a micro rotor. What do you guys think of micro rotors, by the way? I I have think one watch with a micro rotor, and it's a watch I absolutely love. But one problem with the micro rotors is that when you have the micro rotors, it's taking up space on the base plate. And when you do that, you have to have a smaller balance wheel, and I like big balance wheels. Bigger the better. Okay, Mike, what's up? I'm looking forward to H. Moser revision. Oh, yeah, of the Endeavor Center Second, Van to Black Hope. Mike, I think H. Moser's coming out with a whole new line. I I'm not positive of that, but that seemed to be something that they seem to have mentioned. Um, we'll see. Hey, Nate, I'm thankful for finding your channel. There you go. Your vids become a big influence. I don't want to influence anyone. I don't. It's too much responsibility. What I like to do is talk, but influences. I don't know. I think the influencer sounds too much like an advertiser, and I'm not an advertiser. Sort of the unadvertiser. Oh, anyway, glad to have you here, Nate. Um, Goldfinger, how you doing? Hey, GT, what do you think of Schomburg watches? I think they have stunning movements. Are they? Man, for the price now, by a stunning movement, do you mean the engraving and all of that, or do you mean the quality of the horology inside of the movement itself? Yeah, Tim, I don't know. I got one of my very favorite watches is that. The good thing about micro rotors is you can have a lot thinner watch because you know if you're going to have an automatic. That's another reason I like manuals is that you have this. Let's see. Well, this one doesn't look very thin. This is my Urban Jorgensen that I'm looking forward to, but that's not exactly what I call a thin watch. Um, okay, William. I hope something happens. I hope it breaks. That'd serve you right. No, listen, a lot of people have been saying, well, you don't think that accuracy is important. I, I, I do think it's important, but not in an absolute way. Here's where I think, I mean, if accuracy was paramount to a watch, we'd still all have quartz watches if we thought that was the most important thing. Because, hey, what do you got, like 32,000 hertz or some crazy number like that, whereas your fast watches are 5 hertz. But the one thing they're very accurate at that crazy high hertz. Same thing with smartwatches. So it's yeah, but for mechanical watches, it's really more of a measure of the quality of the work that's done inside, not just accuracy. In order to have a really accurate mechanical watch, you have to have very fine measurements with all of your gear training and all of that. Engraving, not the engineering. Yeah, you know, if if you have a decent timekeeping with really great engraving, it's fun to look at. Um, hey, Nate. No, I don't. Why do I like Cyril Nadeau so much? Okay, great question. He has a key wound watch, and if you have a copy of Watchmaking by George Daniels, you will find, even though you've looked at that book 1,000 times, you're going to find out that the the watches in his book are all key wound, and he was contemptuous of those with the keyless works. And so here's this kid who comes out. I say he's a kid. I don't know. Everybody's a kid. So here's this kid that comes out and he makes this beautiful watch. It's key wound, and so you don't have all of the room that's taken up by the keyless works. Now, I I bought the movement. Actually, I bought a watch with keyless work. Took the movement out and then put it back together into a strapped watch and broke it. It broke the movement, screwing around trying to get the movement attached to the case. And so anyway, I admire anybody who can do that. It's really, you can see the artistry, I think, of his watches. Also, too, they're blindingly expensive. This is sort of interesting. My hope has always been, well, we'll find some watchmaker who's new but really good and doesn't realize it, and ends up with a very, very, very good watch, and we can get on it before the price goes up. You know, a guy who did that not too long ago was Stefan Kadoki. I think his watches initially, when I first saw them, they were like around 6,000, and now I think they're north of 10,000. So, okay. Okay, let's see now. Now we have Grandpa Graham. That sort of goes together. Okie doke. Hey, Lee, what is something a watchmaker company has added to a mechanical watch in the last 30 years that has helped solve a problem outside of the watch itself? Ah, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that, but that's a really interesting question. What has a watch in the last 30 years added to something outside of the watch itself? I don't know. Um, Good one. I met Cyril Nadeau in September and saw his third watch that he had made, the key wound one Bill is talking about. It is amazing. He makes all of the parts. I know this guy is brilliant. Uh-oh. Looks like my time is up already. Yeah. I don't know. I'll get a notice from headquarters pretty soon that I got to shut it down. All right, guys, listen, thanks a lot for coming. I'm sorry I didn't give you guys more warning. I'm sort of a little behind the curve today. So, anywho, thank you all, and hasta la vista. Take care.